Welcome back to another episode of Inward News. The National Institution of Health admitted that they was funding some shady virus and research in Wuhan. So this just proves so many conspiracy theorists correct. We basically all knew that the government had some part in it. We all knew this didn't come from nowhere. We all knew that, but this is confirmation. It's kind of like the UFO thing. We didn't need the government to say that UFOs exist. We knew, but it's better now that, it's confirmed. Keep that pressure on the government. Keep them honest. A Texas mom and her boyfriend got arrested after initially being released for leaving two kids alone with their dead sibling's skeleton in the next room. Apparently the kid had died a year ago, and I guess the children were everybody still lived in the house. But I guess the kids spent more time because the parent or the mother and the boyfriend would just keep disappearing. So these kids was just in a house with their rotting brother's body, and it's one of the kids called the police, and I'm assuming it's after the parents left again. I don't know where the father of the kids are, but I know they live with the mother. But yeah, I guess the kid finally got the courage to call the cops. The cops showed up, and I hope they get the highest voltage, and I hope those kids get therapy, because losing a family member is one thing, but to have to live in a house and smell their rotting body, like Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old that crossed state lines to defend a store that wasn't his, is now starting his trial process. The judge in the case is saying that the two people that this man killed, 17 years old, he killed them with a semi-automatic rifle. These two people that he killed, they don't want them to be called victims during the trial because it sounds loaded, meaning that it makes it sound like he's a bad person because they're victims of his attack. But he suggests that the lawyers call them rioters, looters, and arsonists. That's not loaded, but victims is. The dead people have to be called basically criminals, because if you call them victims, which they were, the little 17-year-old white boy will seem like a monster. Oh no, this murderer is going to be seen as a murderer. And speaking of white privilege, the young lady that denied her seat on the bus during the civil rights movement before Rosa Parks is still experiencing legal troubles. She never got the notoriety that Rosa Parks got because she was a pregnant teen, and they didn't want that to be the face of the movement, so they chose Rosa. Yeah, but that fateful day still changed this girl's life because she still got a criminal record from that day. They never expunged it. They never removed it. So she still has I guess, misdemeanor. Hell, it might have been a felony back then. She still has this on her record for a law that doesn't exist anymore. Almost like all the black people in prison for marijuana charges in states that have legal marijuana. Oh no! Our government sucks. I don't know if anybody knows that. And yes, I am wearing veteran clothes to say our government sucks. Guess how I know? More positive news. Southwood High School in Louisiana had a violent week at school, and some dads said they had enough of it. These fathers decided to pull up to the high school and just walk around and walk with the kids on campus, talk to them, interact with them. Apparently this dropped the violence in the school, but at the same time, it had a positive impact on the kids. The fathers didn't come in militant. They didn't come in, we're dads, we're locking stuff down. They just kind of came in and just like, hey, we're fathers, we get it. School is stressful. You don't need to act like this. You don't need to ruin your futures. Pay attention to school. So, them coming in calm and cracking jokes made the kids feel better, thus relieving stress, not making them as violent and, angry, like as it should be in high schools. This proves that, handling these fragile emotions of hormonal teenagers with kindness and parental figures can do so much more than, increase security and armed guards and all that militant nonsense they be trying to push into these schools. Listen to the children, man. Oh, drug news. Mac Miller's drug dealer pleads guilty to the fentanyl charges that was laced in Mac's weed. His hearing will be November 8th, and if found guilty, this man will be spending 17 years in the slammer. Obviously, Mac Miller. They call these things overdoses when it's not overdosing, because he didn't intend to take any fentanyl. That wasn't an overdose. That was a dose not supposed to be there. That's a murder. And I don't know if this was just a bad drug dealer mixed in products, or he tried to lace Mac Miller so he could keep coming back. But at least he pled guilty. He knows he's wrong. And speaking of fentanyl, Fetty Wap and them Remy boys about to be gone for 1738 years. Get it? After the FBI hemmed them boys up for distributing heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine. Wasn't no small time moves either. Them boys was pushing 100 kilos through Long Island and New Jersey. The FBI caught them with $1.5 million in cash, 16 kilos of cocaine, 2 kilos of heroin, fentanyl pills, and some of them shooter sticks, pistols, shotguns, machine guns. You had a hot streak, in the studio. Get back in there, but damn, over 100 kilos of heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine? Either them boys was the plug or they were top tier lieutenants. That ain't regular drug mule numbers. Jesus. And now on to the y'all hiring segment. Love It Up Inc. is a woman-owned, award-winning tattoo shop in Missouri City, Texas. She takes pride in her team, specializing in putting color in all different complexions and tones. So if you're around that area and you want tattoos with color, swing by the shop and see if you can get one of these elite artists to ink you up. Now, if you don't know much about tattoos, people say it's harder to get color on darker skinned folks. And it's crazy how a lot of black tattoo artists can somehow manage to get this color on us. Crazy how that works. This is a big issue. I know there are white artists that can get color on there, but guess what? They don't really care as much because, generally speaking, most white tattoo artists, they get black clientele, but black people try their best to seek out black artists first. Cyber Sugar is a nose ring creator. She makes all kinds of cute nose piercing jewelry, from ones that just stick to your nose and some that dangle off a little bit. All of her products are handmade, so if you custom order a piece, give her time to make it. You ain't the only customer. A lot of times when, these companies are just one person hand making stuff, people get real impatient and start sending emails and calling and DMing and all that. Give her time. She's making jewelry that goes into your face. You want the best you can get. You don't want a rush job. That's how you get infected, get keloids in your face. So give her some time. M&J Sales is a hair protection seller. He has beanies with silk liners to protect your head top. He got fancy do-rags so your waves is tight while you're looking right. And nigga even got beard bonnets to lock in that moisture on your beard. I might get one of those so I can go to sleep in a beard bonnet. Scroll through his Instagram. He even has baseball caps or dad hats or whatever you want to call them. They got silk lining too. I don't know where he's getting all this silk from, but the man got a plug somewhere. So shout out to him for all the silk lining items. Check them out. Get some. I might get some. Like I said, I'm a brand ambassador. Hook me up. I'll wear it every day. JK's Goody Body Care is a homemade body care line. She creates package items with themes. So she has the Halloween spooky theme right now, the spooky box and whatnot and stuff like that. And the items go in there. And I think it's scents, not flavors, because it's soap and body spray and stuff. She's from Louisiana, so she does have a voodoo box. I think that's the first thing I saw. And then I went to her page. She carries body oils, body mist, body butters, soap, and all the other stuff that, comes with skin care and body care and whatnot. She also has a soap that looks like a cinnamon roll. So go ahead and get you some of that. I don't know if it smells like cinnamon roll, but it looks like cinnamon roll, and that's good enough for me. I can just stick it under there and act like, I'm squishing my cinnamon roll. But yeah, check her out. Get you some. Christmas time's around the corner. So get your lady something, get your mom something. Hit all these people up for some gifts, good Christmas gifts. And yeah, that's it. If you're a business, you want to be tossed in the feature, let me know. Hit me up a week before. Yeah. See you guys next week.